Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm so excited because I am going to be sharing with you guys my first impressions slash comparison to the new Colourpop No Filter Foundation Stick. So it looks like this. It's a really nice packaging. It came in a cute little box that I don't know where I put it. It's probably in the trash, to be really honest. And I'm going to be comparing this foundation stick to the No Filter Foundation Liquid. In both shades, I got the medium dark 145 in both of them, so they should be the same exact shade. If you guys haven't seen my first impressions on the Colourpop No Filter Foundation, I will link it in the cards for you guys so that way you guys can check it out. But I really do love this foundation. It makes my skin look super flawless and really airbrushed. I think I did share in that video that the only thing I don't like about this foundation is right here in this area, like where I'm really oily, it tends to kind of break apart. And recently the No Filter concealer has been doing that too, which is why I was using the Makeup Revolution concealer for a while. But I still do love the finish and the coverage that the No Filter concealer gives. So like I said, today I'm going to be doing a comparison on both of the formulas, see which one gives the better coverage, which one lasts longer, and also how they wear as well. So I've never tried a foundation stick before. This is my first time using a foundation stick. I've always been kind of scared of them because they look really full coverage and like cakey, and I don't like that cakey feel. I like more of a natural lightweight feel to my face. So that's why I like liquids or powders even, because I feel like you can really play around with the coverage of a liquid, and the powders usually tend to be more of a natural finish to the face too. So I'm really excited and kind of nervous about this video. Right now it is 2:00 p.m. so I am gonna go ahead and do my foundation. This side right here is gonna be the stick, and then my right side is gonna be the liquid. So I already have filled in my eyebrows, as you guys can see, with the Colourpop brow pencil in the shade Bangin' Brunette. And then I also primed my face already with the Colourpop All-Star Primer. Since they do recommend to use the foundations with this primer, I did decide to use it. This isn't the worst primer I've ever used ever, but it's also not my absolute favorite, only because it doesn't blur out my pores the way that it says that it's supposed to, because it's a matte and blur primer. But I do like how it makes my skin feel. I feel like it hydrates the skin, and it also does make my foundation wear a long period of time. I'm gonna do things a little bit different today because I am gonna be doing like a side-by-side comparison. So I'm gonna go ahead and correct my under eye circles with the Hard Candy corrector. And I usually always do concealer first, but today I'm not gonna do concealer first. I'm gonna do my foundation and then conceal whatever's left, just because I want to see the coverage that these two foundations give each other. And I'm also going to be using a sponge to apply both of the foundations. That way I don't have to like clean my brush after blending out one side, and also just so I get the same coverage from both sides. I do enjoy the way that the No Filter foundation looks with a beauty sponge. I just hate beauty sponges because honestly I'm just too lazy to get up and wet my brush or my sponge. And it might be because of where my vanity is in my room. It's kind of hard to like move or like, yeah, get around into the bathroom and stuff because I'm really clumsy, so I don't want to fall. So anyways, I'm correcting around my mouth here because this is where I get a lot of ashiness, and I'm also correcting underneath my eyes just to cover up those dark circles, because if I put on concealer or anything, even though my dark circles aren't that bad, just because of my skin's undertone, if I put foundation on top and it's like too yellow or it's not like the right, I don't know how to explain it, but basically if I put like anything on my under eyes and I don't put the concealer on, it makes it look like I have really bad dark circles even when I don't. So I'm so nervous. Okay, I'm gonna shake up my No Filter liquid. I already know how this applies, so I'm gonna take one pump of it and put it on this side of my face. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the bottom of my brush. This is usually the brush that I use to apply my No Filter foundation, and I really like this brush. This is the Luxie 516 brush. It's actually supposed to be for powder, but I like it for my No Filter foundation. No other foundation works well though with this brush. I've tried, and honestly I feel like nothing compares to that brush with this foundation. So this is the Bogeshi Beauty Sponge. So this is a latex free sponge. It's really nice and firm, which I really like. It's similar to my Sonia Kashuk one, but my Sonia Kashuk one is just a lot bigger. And it's also, I think, a little harder too. So I've already dampened this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use one side to go ahead and blend this out. So I already know the coverage that this gives. This is gonna give me more of like that medium coverage, which I'm okay with because I'm not going anywhere really. And I am gonna even put it underneath my eyes too, because like I said, I want to see the coverage that it gives. So this is the No Filter liquid in the shade 145, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do the stick. So it doesn't have like a lid. It looks like this. This is how much product comes in here. So this one retails for $8. It brings 0.34 ounces of product, while the liquid brings 0.85 fluid ounces. So the measurements are different because since this is solid and this is liquid, it is a little bit different. I wonder if they would last the same, but this is $8. The liquid is $12. All right, let's go ahead and do this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and streak this on my face. I assume that's what you do. I'm gonna go ahead and put some lines all over the place and some on my chin. Okay, so I put in total 7 lines. Okay, so a line here, 3 lines here, 2 lines here, and 2 lines here. I don't know how to count clearly. 8 lines. So I'm gonna use the other side of the sponge and go ahead and blend this in. So this is the stick, and like I said, it is in the shade 145. So it kind of does look a little tiny bit lighter than the liquid. I don't know if you guys can tell. I don't know if maybe it's because the liquid oxidizes, but we'll see if this oxidizes too. But overall, I kind of really like the finish of the stick. It does look a little bit more of a matte finish when I'm looking at it really close, and I feel like it blurs in my pores a little bit more, and it definitely does give a little bit more coverage from what I can tell. But of course I have to see how everything else looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my No Filter powder. This is in the shade Banana. I always set my foundation no matter what. Oh look, I was about to forget concealer. So let's go ahead and do my concealer real quick. No Filter concealer in the shade Medium Dark 32. So we have the concealer on. I still feel like this side is a little lighter, but it's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and set everything in place with my No Filter loose finishing powder, and this is in the shade Banana. You guys know this is my favorite loose powder. It just gives such a flawless finish, and I always set my foundation no matter what, and today is not an exception. I don't remember if in my other video where I was testing out the liquid if I set my foundation in that one, but I'm gonna do it today because I want to see how it wears the way that I would usually wear it. And then I'm gonna take this little beauty blender. It's like a baking powder puff. So I'm taking a little bit on the pink fluffy side, and I'm gonna go ahead and bake underneath my eyes because I am gonna do my eyeshadow, and this is gonna help to brighten everything up too. So me personally, I don't like to bake with my beauty blender because I don't like the way that it makes my under eyes feel. I feel like it dries them out. It definitely does set everything, but I prefer more of a dry bake, and I find that it just makes it look more natural on the skin. It's not as cakey, and this really does the job. I used to just use a dry sponge, but ever since I've discovered this, it has been such a game changer. It has 2 sides to it, which is really cool and convenient. But personally, I don't like this beige side. I feel like it just is a waste. I really like the pink side on its own. I feel like it does the job really well. And it does get take a little bit of getting used to, because when I first tried it out, I couldn't create a really straight line. I would make it either too wide or really crooked. But now I'm so used to it that I can really get in all the cracks and crevices. And it is shaped like a beauty blender, like the egg shape with a nice tip, which is really cool. And then it also has this side too, which is good for like when you're doing your bake and stuff. I typically stick my fingers in between it whenever I want to get into the cracks and like create the line, because I find that I have more control that way. So anyways, I'm gonna let that bake. I'm gonna finish the rest of my eye makeup and then I'll check back in with you guys before I go about the rest of it. Alrighty, so the rest of my makeup, as you guys can see, is done. My hair is down. So anyways, I'm gonna go about my business. Like I said, it's now 3 o'clock, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish editing some videos that I have to edit. I'm gonna put up my Christmas tree because it's November and I'm one of those people that likes to stare at my tree as long as possible. I don't wait until Thanksgiving. That's not for me. So I am going to decorate my Christmas tree and put it up. And then I'm also going to go outside. So far, after like an hour of me having this on, I still feel like this side is a little bit darker than this side. I feel like you can see it on camera. But we'll see. I mean, maybe the stick might be my like fall shade or my winter shade, and then the foundation might be my summer shade. So I will be back very soon. Well, for you guys it'll be like right now. So let's go ahead and do my errands. All right, so I just took out the trash. I'm currently outside. I'm out of breath because that trash was really heavy, so you guys can hear my trash composer thing behind me. But this is what the foundation looks like in natural lighting. My highlight is bomb. It's about 4 o'clock now, 4:30. So it's been like 2 hours since I put on this foundation, and I think it looks spectacular. And just to let you guys know too, I did change my makeup, so that's why it looks a little different, and I also changed my shirt. So anyways, this is what the foundation looks like in daylight. I haven't touched anything up yet. I'm going to continue finishing everything else up. I'm going to decorate my tree now and edit some videos. So I'll check back in with you guys in a little bit. So just to show you guys, this is what my foundation looks like at 6 o'clock on the dot. So I did sweat quite a bit because I went outside to take out the trash. And also, while I was putting up my Christmas tree, I was jamming out some Christmas music, not even gonna lie. Like, I was going in, like, twerking and everything. So, it's two songs that probably aren't twerk worthy, but hey. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and walk really quick to this window so you guys can see what my makeup looks like in natural daylight. So this is the side that has the stick foundation. My blush and highlight are still looking popping as ever. And then this is the side that has the liquid foundation, which I think look pretty good too. But personally, I kind of think that the stick foundation kind of looks a little better. People are saying that the stick foundation is more dewy than the liquid foundation, but I kind of find that it's kind of the opposite. I find that this one is more matte looking, while this one looks a little bit more shiny and dewy. And then also, like, this one's starting to turn a little bit more ashy, while this one is kind of staying true to color. So it still didn't oxidize. I still find that this side is a little darker, but it's starting to get really, really ashy around this area, while this area on this side doesn't look as ashy. So that is my little update. I'm gonna go ahead and start editing a video, and then I'm gonna cook. And after I finish cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and do another update with you guys. Before I wash off my makeup, I will check back in with you guys one more time. So it's now midnight. It's been 10 hours since I've had this foundation on. So I haven't touched up my face at all, and it's been driving me insane because I can feel the oiliness. So I asked my husband what he thought, and the only thing he said was that he felt like this side was shinier than this side. So it's not just me who sees it. Overall, my blush is still intact on both sides. I would say it's probably more vibrant on this side than on this side. And then I definitely can say that this side is a lot oilier than this side. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer. And then you guys can see right here by my nose how it's faded, completely gone. But then even like right there on my nostril. But then on this side, it's not as bad. Like my nostril's peaking a little bit of red. But right around here where I usually get really, really red, it's not as bad. And then my chin, still looking pretty bad. The ashiness on the one side is still pretty bad. So overall, I think I might just have to say that the Colourpop No Filter Foundation Stick just might have replaced my liquid version. Honestly, I feel like it's just a little bit more mattifying. I like the coverage that it gave better too. And I feel like it really held everything in place. as well. The color match was pretty good too, and it does feel really comfortable on the skin. That's pretty much it. I don't have anything else to say other than, I mean, I like both foundations, but I definitely do think I'm gonna be wearing the stick version more often. And I definitely am gonna be playing around with it too to see if I find a brush or something that I end up liking with it, but I think the sponge is probably going to be my best bet. So anyways, let me know if you guys ended up picking up the foundation stick, what your guys' thoughts were, if you guys agree that the foundation stick is better or worse than the liquid version, or if you guys even liked it at all. That is pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and wash my face now and take care of homegirl right here that's trying to peep through. And I will see you guys in the next video. Let me know what your guys' requests are. I have been getting a few requests and a few of my videos, which I'm so thankful for, because I sometimes don't know what to film, so it always helps me, even though I do have a few videos planned for you guys. Let me know what you guys want to see next, and I will see you guys in the next one. Until then.